So we're talking today with Gaisce, and from Gaisce we have the lovely Joy Winston, who is a development officer for North Dublin and Wicklow, and also Conor Dillon, who is a youth ambassador. And you're both very, very welcome to Disability Matters.
Thank you very much for having us on the show.
It's great to have you both. Joy, I might start with you if you don't mind. You might tell us a bit about Gaisce, the history of it, why it was set up and all that type of stuff.
Yep. So we're actually in our 40th year anniversary this year. So we started in 1985. So we can't believe we're here 40 years later, which is a phenomenal achievement. So Gaisce is Ireland's national youth award and self-development programme. It's a direct challenge from the President of Ireland for the young people to dream big and to realise their potential by taking on challenges, developing themselves, by taking on a new challenge, a personal skill. And it's all about having fun and achieving that challenge. And it's been through the presidents we've had in the last 40 years. And we have our current patron, Michael D. Higgins, who is behind the challenge for the young people of Ireland.
Brilliant. And tell me this, it's for everybody.
Yeah,
all young people across all spectrums.
Yeah, we're in every organisation in Ireland. It's basically for every young person can achieve their Gaisce award. So we're in schools, we're in deaf schools, we're in special schools, we're in disability groups, youth services, scouts, Girl Guides, we're in youth diversion programmes, and we're also in prisons.
Brilliant. And what is the award? What is it physically?
So there's 3 awards. There's a bronze award, there's a silver award, and there's a gold award. So usually everyone starts off on their Gaisce Bronze Award, and they'll take on 4 challenges. So they'll take on a community involvement challenge, they'll take on a personal skill challenge, they'll take on a physical challenge, and then at the end they'll do an adventure challenge. And that's the same across all the awards, across the Bronze Award, the Silver Award, and the Gold Award. They'll take on challenges. They might decide to take on a new challenge, or maybe a challenge that they're already doing themselves, or a hobby that they're already involved in.
Very good. And what about your own role? How long are you in it, and what do you do?
So I am 4 years with Gaisce and love it ever since. I'm currently in my development officer role now about a year, and I cover North Dublin and I cover Wicklow. So I cover North Dublin, uneven postcodes, and I cover North County Dublin, and then Wicklow as well. So I go out and I visit all the organisations in my area, my youth services, my schools, my special schools, my disability groups, and my scouts and my guides. I talk to them about the programme, what it is. I support them along their journey, and then I get the pleasure at the end to go out and see them achieve their awards, maybe present the awards or see the photographs of them achieving their awards. So my role would really be to support the President Award Leader. So the President Award Leaders are the people in the organisations that support the young people, and the President Award Leaders would be the ones who work in the organisations, in the schools, youth services, disability groups and special schools,
Very
etc.
good.
And so on.
And Conor, you might tell us a bit about you and your own role and how long you've been with Gaisce.
Yeah, sure. So my name's Conor Dillon. I'm currently a Gaisce Youth Ambassador for 2025. So this is the first ever Gaisce Youth Ambassador panel. There's 12 Gaisce Youth Ambassadors from all over the country. I'm the first one ever. I'm the first one ever in a wheelchair. So that's a very proud achievement for me. So I started my gold Gaisce back in when I was in the CRC, back in my school days when I was in the CRC in the Central Remedial Clinic.
Yeah.
I started my bronze back in school, and I did my silver in transition program, and in the CRC, and I did my gold in the rehabilitation program in the CRC as well.
So Conor, I might ask you, how did you actually physically get the award? What did you do to get it?
Okay, so my all my journeys done done very differently.
Okay.
So when my last journey was done during COVID. So I did an awful lot of my work for my gold Gaisce during COVID. So an awful lot of my work was done through Zoom,
Yeah.
and I did I did I I I learned a new skill like to pick up. Uh, I learned how to use sign language. That was one of my new skills that I learned how to do. I learned how to do a I learned how to set a table, uh, and I learned how to read a recipe using a pasta bake. Uh, and I did a PowerPoint presentation on public transport using iMovie and using iMovie software and PowerPoint presentation. So it was completely. What I'm trying to say is every goal journey that I did was adapted for me. Gaisce were very good at adapting it for me, and 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 I did a motormed cycle. I raised I did a motormed cycle for 2021, and I raised 5,700 for two charities as
Good
well.
man.
Yes,
You're a busy lad.
I'm a very busy lad, John. So yeah.
Well done. Well done. I might come back to you. You might tell us how many people, or do you know how many people have actually got the award?
Okay, so I can give you roughly yearly figures. I
Yeah.
can't give you too much
That'll
over
do.
the
That'll
past
do.
40. So roughly, we'll start off with the Bronze Award. So a lot of young people would do the Bronze Award and start off. So roughly about 25,000 young people in Ireland will register for the Bronze Award every year. Then the Silver Award will probably be, as the awards get on, the challengers take a little bit more. So there's a little bit more to it. So it could take a young person about 6 months to complete their Gaisce Bronze Award. There's no time frame on the Gaisce Award. They can complete it at any stage. Every award is different to every young person, but a very approximate figure would be it would take 6 months maybe to complete a Gaisce Bronze Award. Then if they move on to the Gaisce Silver Award, we probably have maybe a smaller amount, maybe 8,000 young people a year would do the Gaisce Silver Award because the challenges become and take longer to do the Gaisce Silver Award. So that would probably take another 6 months, but they would have to do some adventure journeys at the end, and the adventure journeys might take a little bit longer. And then when it gets to the Gaisce Gold Award, it's the ultimate achievement. The Gaisce Gold Award, you're invited to Ursula Neutron and you're presented by the President of Ireland. Approximately 80 young people a year will only achieve that Gaisce Gold Award.
Wow.
It takes 52 weeks to complete the Gaisce Gold Award. So it takes at a minimum a year to complete it. So you can see how long it took for Conor to achieve those 3 awards. At a minimum, it's going to take 3 to 5 years to complete your bronze, silver, and your gold award. So it's absolutely amazing achievement for Conor to get all 3 awards. As you can see, a lot of young people will start the bronze, but really we want people to progress and move on to silvers and golds. And we're definitely seeing that coming through in the next few years, that a lot of young people are progressing on to the next awards.
Very good. Now, if there's a group out there and they listen to this interview and they say, well, we might be interested in that, how did they get in touch? How did they start their journey?
So they can get in contact with us through our Gaisce website. So it's www.gaisce.ie. They can have a look at our social pages. We're on X, we're on Instagram, and we're on Facebook. And on our website has the contact details to all the development officers like myself that are all throughout Ireland. So we have development officers that cover north and south of Dublin. We have development officers in the West, Midlands, Munster. So we have development officers that cover everywhere. And we're in connection with most of the organisations in those areas. And we have also connections with the President Ward leaders. So we really hope to kind of get into all organisations in Ireland, and we feel like we're nearly there, and there might just be those last few that we're not with. So please do reach out to us. We'd love to get in contact with you.
And if they reach out and they talk to somebody like yourself, you'll guide them on the best way to start and how to get involved.
Yeah, 100%, John. So whether we come out and meet you, or we can organise a phone call, or we can organise a Zoom or an online. But as I said, there's development officers throughout all of Ireland, so we're pretty much on everybody's doorsteps.
Brilliant. And so if a group get involved and Gaisce give them all the advice they want, can they ensure that everybody does their project in a safe manner?
Yes, 100%. So the award is the young person's award. They will do the awards that is their challenge. It's an individual challenge to each young person. And that's why they have a president award leader, a pal, to support them along the way, to make sure that it's done correct for them. The award can be adapted to every young person's needs, and that's what our role is, to support the PAL who will support the young person to achieve the award. We want every young person to achieve the Gaisce Award. Every young person can achieve a Gaisce Award, and we want it to be fun and enjoyable and a memorable experience for them. As you can see with Conor's made his way on and done all 3 awards, and for him to be on the Youth Ambassador panel this year for our first panel ever with our 12 young people, and how much he's already done so far this year. He's been on a trip to Brussels. He was a guest speaker at our disability networking event. Myself and Conor have been out in some organisations that he's involved in, talking to the young people and the staff and trying to get them involved in Irish Wheelchair Association and the Central Remedial Clinic. So how much Conor has done this year is just inspirational, and I hope that other young people would follow in his footsteps and take on that challenge and realise that they can do it, they have the potential to do it, and that anyone can achieve a Gaisce Award.
Brilliant. Now, I'm not going to ask you all about what Conor did. I'll ask Conor himself. Conor, tell us a bit about all the great things you were doing other than the award.
Other than the award, John, oh my God, I have to think right back to the very start.
There's a bit. You can give us the highlights. Give us the highlights.
Well, my highlight for my goal Gaisce was doing my motormade cycle and raising money for 2 charities. That was a highlight. Another highlight for me was I went stargazing.
Oh, very good.
At the Papal Cross. I did it in the pitch black with my Gaisce pal Laura Murphy, who helped me in the Central Remedial Clinic. I was the first person in the history to ever get gold within the Central Remedial Clinic, and within my role as a Gaisce Youth Ambassador, I get to inspire the next generation, and I get to inspire the next generation of gold participants. I've been lucky enough to go back to the Central Remedial Clinic where my Gaisce journey all started, and give them an inspirational Gaisce talk which really was a highlight for me, because they do fantastic work, as do Gaisce. I've as part of the Youth Ambassador panel, me and 7 youth ambassadors went over to Brussels. We were invited by MEP for Dublin, Dublin South West, Maria Walsh. She invited us over and gave us a tour of the Parliament, and we heard from some very interesting speakers as well.
Brilliant. You're a very inspirational guy yourself.
Yeah, thank you, John.
I'm very, very impressed with what you do and how you do it and how you carry yourself through it. Fair play to you.
Thank you, John. I mean, what I'm saying about Gaisce is for everybody. You know, whether you've got a disability or not, it's open to everybody.
Yeah.
And look, like I want to get across that if a person with a disability wants to do Gaisce, it can be adapted to suit your individual needs. You know what I'm saying? It can be adapted, basically.
I just wanted to say that from what I'm getting about Gaisce, it's about people. It's about people like you who inspire others. And it's about people who go out and talk like Joy. And it's just about people, which is fantastic.
Yes, it's very much people orientated. It's very much a sense of community, and it's very much about people.
Very good. Well, you certainly inspired people, and you definitely inspired me. And I'm definitely going to do one thing that you did, and that's to learn sign language.
Yes.
And I just decided that.
Yes. No, I started getting interested in sign language when I was in CRC school, because we used to I remember this back from my school days. We used to do sign of the week.
Okay.
We used to do one sign of the week, and that was when I was back in school. So I've always had an interest in that area.
Fabulous.
I think it's very important to communicate with everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Joy, I might come back to you, and you might tell us a bit about the bursary fund. What is that?
Yeah, so in the last few years, we've been very lucky to secure some funding to start the Gaisce bursary fund. It's come out now in the last few Septembers, and the application process should open again, I think probably mid-September this year. And it's for organisations who maybe need some financial support, will be able to apply for bursary funding for one part of their Gaisce challenge, which would be the Gaisce Adventure Journey. So the Adventure Journey looks different for every young person. As we said, the award is individual to each young person. Some people might do the overnight element of the Gaisce Adventure Journey and might want to go camping or hiking or whatever they want to do for their adventure journey. It'll be discussed with their president award leader. But the Gaisce Bursary SUAS Fund would be to support that if there was anybody facing financial difficulties. But the Gaisce award can be adapted, as we said, for every young person. And that's my role as a development officer, is to support that every young person can do the Gaisce award, that there won't be any financial barriers for it.
Brilliant. And the bursary thing, the first point of contact is the website, obviously.
Yeah, the application process will be opening again this mid-September. It won't support with the registration fees, but it will support with the adventure journey.
Brilliant. Tell us a bit about Gaisce Challenge Partners.
So Gaisce Challenge Partners are organisations that we have partnered up with that young people can use to help support them find a challenge for one of their Gaisce challenge areas. So it could be like an organisation like Alzheimer's Society of Ireland, and they might decide to do their community involvement with maybe that challenge partner. so we give a list of challenge partners on our website to support maybe young people who are struggling to find an area in one of their challenge areas. So it's just some options that they can have. But what we find, most young people are already involved in something, whether it's a hobby or a personal skill. So for instance, in their challenge areas for like a personal skill, they could already be doing cooking, baking, musical instruments, learning a language through Duolingo, and it's already something that they're passionate about. They don't have to find a new challenge. It's something that they're already doing or already involved in. The same with a physical activity. They could be involved in some sort of exercise or gym work, or a team or a sport. So again, it's not something new that they have to pick up. They're already doing that challenge area. And then with community involvement, that's the one where sometimes people find that they maybe need a little support in, and that's where the challenge partners are maybe a good idea. But we always say, look inside your own community, look inside maybe organizations like Conor was in, like CRC, and the young people could maybe give an hour back to volunteer in it to help maybe peer groups or anything that they can do in the organization. So the challenge partners is just really a support system if you need help in finding a challenge to do.
Very good. We've come right to the end of our time. You'd be glad to know. Is there anything else you'd like to say just before we go? And that's for both of you.
Thank you very much, John, for raising the work that Gaisce does. I'm very proud to be a Gaisce Youth Ambassador for 2025, and I hope I encourage more young people to take it up, because that's my main objective as I'm a youth ambassador this year. I hope to inspire the next generation of gold participants. And you can log on to our website, www.gaisce.ie. If you log on to our website, www.gaisce.ie/youth ambassadors, you will find out all about our fantastic youth ambassador panel and the work that we've been doing for Gaisce this year. So
brilliant. And Joy, anything to finish?
John, I think you realise that I don't need to do much when I have Conor around. He does a lot of my job for me. He's an absolute brilliant youth ambassador, and we're very, very lucky to have him and the other youth ambassadors this year. And I feel like they'll always be ambassadors for us. It's not just going to be this year that they'll always be there for us. But yeah, we encourage everyone to take part in Gaisce. Anyone can do it from age 14 to 25. And if you're interested in it or just like to find out more about it, as Conor said, that was our website. We'd be happy to come and talk to you and let you know in your organisation, which you'll probably realise a lot of the young people in your organisations are probably already doing majority of the Gaisce Award already. And we'd love to support to get every young person in Ireland to do their Gaisce Award.
Great stuff. Well, look, Conor Dillon, pleasure to talk to you.
Pleasure's all mine. Thank you.
And Joy Winston, thank you so much for talking to us. Thank you both for talking to us here on Disability Matters.